Hello everyone, my name is Belinda Salcida and I'm doing the Mayan numeration system presentation with Odalis Escobedo. The Mayan numeration system is a sophisticated number system. It was, at the time, they were more advanced than others, and they been originally developed from them counting using their fingers and their toes, as well as keeping track of movement of the sun and the moons. They were one of the few Asian civilizations who advanced in the number system concept, starting with the number 0. They also use a base 20 after, and they also use 3 basic numbers as follow. The basic numbers to represent the number 0, it was being represented by a shell. Number 1 was being represented by a dot, and a solid black line was being represented by a number 5. And so here we have the 3 symbols again, just to refer to when we're reading or we're going over the chart here. So like we said, show represents a 0, 1 represents the 1, and then number 5 represents the number 5 right here. So for every 4 number, we will find that our 5th number, it's going to be represented with the line. So for example, 1 represented by 1 dots, 2 represented by 2 dots, 3 by 3 dots, number 4 by 4 dots. But then the 5th, we know that they were being represented by a straight line. So then we see that again on number 10, and then on number 15, and then the rest of them, number 6. So number 6, so the line represents the 5 plus the dot on top represent 1. So then that's 1. So the same thing with the number 7, number 8, number 9. 2 lines represent 10, and then 11, and all the way to number 19. Now, once we get to the number 20, then they're being represented as follow. In the 1 place, we have the 0, and the 20s, we have a number 1. And then, so still using the base 20, we write 100 as follow, with 1 place on the shell and a straight line on the 10th. And then we'll understand a little bit more once we follow our steps here. So the Mayan number symbols, we talked before, all the way down to the number 20, our shell was being represented by 0 was being represented by the shell, sorry, and the 1 was being represented by the dot, and the number 5 was being represented by the line. But once we get to the number 20, then we had said that in 1 place we have a 0, and then the 20s we have a number 1. So for example, in the number 21, so a dot was being represented by 20, and then of course a number 1 represented by 1. Down here we have 2 dots that represents the 20. I'm sorry, the 1 dot represents the 20, and the 2 dots represent the 2, and then a 23. So the 1 dot on top represents a 20, and then the 3 dots on the bottom represents 3 dots, and then so on all the way to here. So the dot still represents the 20. The dot is going to be on top, and then the number 5 line is going to be at the bottom, and so on all the way to 29. Rules to keep in mind before we convert into the Hindu Arabic base 10. Mayan numbers are written in a vertical form should never be more than 4 dots in a single place, meaning for every 5 dots you have to write a line to represent the Mayan. In the 5th number, you represent the Mayan number 5 with the line. There should not be a 4 bar in a single place, and we have to use the Mayan base number 20 to convert into the Hindu. And so the Mayan base number looks like this. So we have the number 1, and then we're going to do the 20, and then the 20, if you multiply the 20 by 2, that'll be the 40, and so on all the way up. But we're going to represent in this chart, we're going to follow this as the steps to follow when converting it. We'll start from the bottom base all the way at least 3 numbers up. So we'll multiply the number 1 by the Mayan number, then we'll multiply the 20, which is the second number, and then we'll multiply the third number by 400. And then we're going to combine all this. So we're going to add all those numbers or all the answers, and then this would convert into the Hindu base 10. So let's convert the numbers to Hindu Arabic base 10. So the first step is to multiply by 1. We said that we were going to multiply the 1, and then we're going to multiply by the 20, and then we're going to multiply by the third number in the Maya chart, and it's the 400. So then here's example 1. If you see here, we have the line that represents the 5, plus 3 dots on top represents the 8. And then we have 2 lines here that represent, so 5 and 5, it's 10, plus 1, it's 11. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, so that represents 20, 5 on each line. And then the 4 dots on top represent the 4. So then we have to multiply if we start from the bottom up, will represent, multiply the number 8 right here, multiply it by 1. The second number will be the 20, so we'll multiply 11 by 20. The third number will be the 24, so then we'll multiply, it will be 400, so then we'll multiply 400 by 24. So when you multiply those numbers, 8 by 1 is 8, 11 by 20 is 22, and 24 times 400 is 800. And then, so the last thing is we're going to combine those 3 numbers and you get 830. So we can say that 830 is the base of 10, or we can just write it down as 830 with the base 10 number at the bottom. Another number, so you can kind of see it more clear in here is, so we have the line right here that represents the 5. Again, 3 dots on top will represent 1, 1, and 1, so that's 3. So then if we add those two together, then we get a number 8. And right here we get if we add these numbers, we'll get a 19. Third number, we get a 13. Again, we multiply it by the 1, the 20, and the 30th, starting from the bottom up on the chart. And then, so we add those numbers together, and therefore we have 5,888. It can be written as 5,588 base of 10. Or in the Hindu Arabic base, we can do 5,588 with the 10 base on the bottom. If you need more information of how to convert into higher numbers or more numbers past the first 3 that I show you from the bottom up, refer to these links right here. You'll find more information on it. And that's it for our presentation. Thank you.